Beautiful day here in Northern California. Yes. Yeah. Incredible. I think I'm going to read a little from do the old Course in Miracles reading.
Yeah. There. That's our sentinel. Hey.
Oh, I need do nothing. Oh.
Some juggling balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Remember? The doctor.
I got shriveling balls. You got juggling balls. Oh.
Mia's birthday. Okay. Very cool.
That's here for the birthday.
How old is she? I'm just kidding.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 55 and 60, but I don't know. Yeah.
Look at all these.
I'm going to read a couple of things, actually.
Oh, no, that's what we can't do.
What?
Paul, do you want to see my balls? There we go.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I just don't
I'll
want.
do a little joke.
She'll be right there.
Little, what is that, double entendre?
Yeah.
These are called Russian balls.
Russian balls? Why?
That's sand in them.
Oh,
Mm,
this is weird.
yeah.
They're Russian balls.
Hold on.
They're kind of hanging in the air.
Yeah.
We're going to have to upgrade the Zen Bitch Slap library. The books are falling apart.
Hi. Mia. Where is she?
All right, we'll start in a minute, I think. Eh? Yeah, I shouldn't have. No, I shouldn't have. Yeah, put them up there because she's gonna. Her memory is like balls. She remembers where balls are. Our donations have gotten so low. We're watching dogs now during the meeting. It's okay. Chris walks them. There they go. Well, welcome everyone. I'm gonna start, I think. I wanted to read a couple of things because I just saw them. I did an interview with someone. I think they're very much into the Course in Miracles. That has nothing to do with it. I just moved the page and found it. But I landed on I Need Do Nothing, which is an interesting chapter. And I just want to read a couple of things. And of course, this is from the Course in Miracles. The lady who transcribed it, her and her friend, was just the conduit, obviously. It was supposed to be the mind of Christ, the big mind of Christ. And here it says, it will sound we do a similar thing here. So it goes, at no single instant does the body exist at all. It is always remembered or anticipated, but never experienced just now. Only its past and future make it seem real. Time controls it entirely. That's pretty interesting, eh? I'll read it again. Yeah, so at no single instant does the body exist at all. So it's a non-existent thing. Yeah. It doesn't say that the body doesn't appear, it doesn't exist at all. Because as if you read Ramana Maharshi, he presents the body as a non-existent thing. So they're basically saying the same thing. Says that no single instance does the body exist at all. Doesn't mean there is no body. It just does. It means the body is not that which is existing. Yeah. Yeah. So the existence animates. It's sort of like the hand in the glove. It's not saying there is no glove. Yeah. But it says the hand is what animates the glove. The glove is an inanimate thing. It's a non-existent thing, a glove. And then we represent the animation, which is the hand. Now, in the case they're speaking of, the hand seemingly forgets that it's the hand and takes it to itself to be the glove. Yes, that's not even true, though. It's the glove. The hand is sort of out to lunch in a certain sense, and then the glove takes itself to be the hand in a way. Yeah. So the glove now thinks it's the existing thing, which would be the hand. Yeah. Yeah. So at no single instant does the body exist at all. So it's not saying there are no bodies. Yeah. Because existence is different than what appears. What appears is dreaming. Yes. If you follow the Course in Miracles, appearances are dreaming. Yeah. When there's an appearance, nothing, it doesn't take any space up or doesn't add any weight to the context of the space. It's an appearance. It's sort of like a projection on something, but it's nothing really. Yeah. So these appearances, there's the body that appears, but the body is a non-existent thing. And this is what Ramana says. There's a presupposing of the non-existent thing of as being an existent thing. And so the Course says it in another way. It says at no single instant does the body exist at all. It is always remembered or anticipated. Yeah. So the body, taken to be an existent thing, is always remembered and anticipated. That's why the head is occupied in the past and in the future so much, because it really goes, I was body/Paul. I will be body/Paul. Therefore, I am body/Paul. It doesn't have it can't stand on its own right now. Yeah. Right now, but it remembers itself as an existent thing, and then it thinks about itself in the future as an existent thing. So the head, which only interprets everything to the body, has interpreted existence as an attribute of the body. So the body is why there's existence. Yeah, but the body is actually a non-existent thing. So it goes, only its past and future make it seem real. So the head is completely, its job is to think now about yesterday and tomorrow, truly. Because then when it thinks about you in the past, you're pictured as a body. And when it's worrying about you in the future, you're pictured as a body. And therefore, it has you pictured as a body in the past, pictured as a body in the future, and then you assume you're a body now. Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't have a mirror in your day and you were here and you weren't occupied by yesterday, tomorrow, you have no fucking idea what the hell you are. Yeah. Or you would go with the Douglas Harding thing on having no head. Yeah. You can see all the way up to here, but then you can't see what seems to be the center of you. Yeah. So only time controls it entirely. Time is like one of the biggest like chemicals in the chemical equation of selfing. Time. Yeah. Because what isn't here now can seem to be here now by remembering it was here and thinking it's going to be there. Yeah. So you're remembering it was and thinking it's going to be makes a certain like a weak projection of your here now. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. So I want to go back to the other one. This is the one we use all the time, where it says on page 468 in this book, the last chapter, the last paragraph. Oh no, actually the third paragraph. So he's talking about something they've talked about before. So this is supposedly a download. And so this power is talking about, hey, we have heard a very similar description earlier. So but it was not, but it was not of you. So basically, when you're describing everything about you, it's not you. Yes? How tall you are, color of your hair, your eyes, if your fingernails are too long, all that stuff is not about you. So this is the pounding of non-duality, is the incessant describing of what we're not, with the hopes that it gets around or through the obstacle of what you're not and lands to what you are. And so when what you are hears the message that you can't use yourself to find yourself, it gets it. Yeah. When the head commandeers that message, it just looks for subtler other paths. And yes, like I'm going to do the path of doing but not doing. Yeah. So it's now you're trying to be a non-self as a self. Yeah. So here he goes. You have heard a very similar description earlier, but it was not of you. You could say, last week I went to satsang and I heard a very similar description, and you could also add on, but it was not of you. Yeah. Yeah. But still, this is the dilemma, but still time, yes, right there, time comes in. Yeah. But still, this strange idea, which it does accurately describe, you think is you. Yeah. Now, if we brought the non-duality editor here, I would take that you out. Yeah. I do not believe you think it's you. I believe the head thinks it's you. And because we're in spiritless servility to the head, we think it's us. Yeah. But I don't believe you're doing it. I do not. You can't even find your keys. You know, you can't, I don't believe you're doing such a subtle move. Yeah. I just don't. So here, yet we have heard a very similar description earlier, but it was not of you. But still this strange idea, where are ideas held but in the head, yeah? Seemingly. Your elbow doesn't have an idea, ankle doesn't have an idea. Yeah, the head. But this strange idea, which it does accurately describe, you think is you. Yeah. So do you believe you're something that can be described, or are you the undescribable or indescribable? Are you the indescribable, or are you something that can be described? And when you hear an exquisite description of it, you still think it's you. When the message is it's not you. That's the whole point. It's like that Enneagram thing where the Sufis came up with an idea, I guess, and they figured, hey, there's so much personalness, the terminal uniqueness flowing everywhere. Let's sort of describe everyone like this whole place is a giant car lot, and we're going to describe who's a Buick, who's an Oldsmobile, who's a Toyota, who's a Chevy. And the Chevy's going to be either a convertible with two-door or a station wagon. It has different numbers, but they only use 9 numbers. And so they go, okay, there's 9 basic personality vehicles, 1 to 9, and each personality vehicle has 2 sort of doors. And they're like either an inclination for sexual something or whatever. So they would give them same numbers, 6 and 9. So they will describe it to you, and in the group, you're being led by someone who's supposed to know about this, and you finally become identified as a 6 with a 4 passenger door and a 7 driver door. Yeah. So now they take a break at the meeting, and everyone goes out, and they start talking about what they are. I'm a 6. And I want to meet a lady with a 4 sex because I'm a 6 and it's on, and it becomes this giant act of identification. But the point was to describe you as a 6 because you're not a 6. Yeah. So that you may be the trigger of this idea that what has been described is not you. So they describe all of us yous with 1 to 9, with 2 subdivision numbers. And when you hear it, immediately there's an identification. Oh, I'm a 9. So now you have another layer of identification with 2 other attributes. I'm a sexually inclined for whatever, and da da da. And then you paid the money for the 3-day thing, and you walk out completely ignorant of the fact that you're not that. Yeah. And someone had a responsible position to maybe point out you were not that. But no, it was, oh, another layer of the onion has been exposed. And more you learn about what you are, you'll become a greater, bigger what you are. But no, the whole point of knowledge is to see its knowledge of what you're not, and that what is having or noticing the knowledge is what you are. Yeah. But what's being described is not, can't be the indescribable, which is what we are. So if it's in a descriptive category, it's not you. Yes, ultimately. It's a simple, like, warning, you know. We are of the indescribable, and then we're going to just sit and listen to it being described. No, you sit and listen to the description of what can be described to see it or hear it from the indescribable. The indescribable has no allegiance to the describable whatsoever. It will notice I'm not that. And that noticing will come through. It will penetrate this place, and you'll travel lighter as what you're not. Yeah. You're not going to deny it and hate it and kill it and leave it. Yeah. Every time you come down from the mountain, it's still you. Yeah. You never leave the biggest piece of baggage on top of the mountain. It comes down with you. Yeah. So this is how I see it. This how they're pounding it away. So this is why I've liked this page. So he goes here. But but still the strange idea, which it does accurately describe, you think is you. Reason or wisdom would tell you that the world you see through eyes that are not yours. Yeah. So this would be basic. When finally somebody doesn't say you don't have eyes, there are no eyes, they just says they're not yours. Yeah. So in other words, you thought you had a subscription, you went to the glass places, you paid a lot of money for it, they gave you the wrong pair of glasses. And now you can't fucking see, but hey, I have faith in the doctor, optometrist, I have faith at this, but it sucks, yeah? So here, this whole idea, we've been slipped the wrong pair of glasses, so to speak. And they're saying it right now. Reason would tell you that the world, but reason would tell you that the world you see through eyes that are not yours must make no sense to you. So let's say the glasses are an understanding, and you're now putting on Kevin's glasses, but they're not making any sense to you because you're not Kevin, so to speak. Yes? So here, reason would tell you that the world you see through eyes that are not yours. Wow. Did you ever come to with that? I never did I start getting suspicious. I got someone else's eyes or something. You know, I always assumed that they were mine. just assumed it. What? Just another uninvestigated thing. Just assume these are my eyes. And are they there to mislead me? No, they're there to interpret life to the body. Is that misleading me? Yes. Is it meant to mislead me? No, it's meant to interpret life to the body. That's what it's a thing. Yeah. Does that mislead me? Yes, it does. Yeah. So reason would tell you that the world you see through eyes that are not yours must make no sense to you. You've at least seen a number of times something did not make sense to you. Yeah. A lot of times, I feel. This is in a large context. You see that it doesn't make sense to you, basically, at all. but we've had free samples of things that a lot of people take to be just the way it is, and it absolutely makes no sense to you. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. So to whom would seeing, all right, so to whom would seeing such as this, so let's say a program seeing that we're looking through, yes? To whom would seeing such as this send back its messages? Surely not you. So as it says later, the brain interprets to the body. So the brain is interpreting light through the eyes to the body as being the existent thing when it's a non-existent thing. What can go wrong? What could you go wrong? I'd rather work on all the other shit down the road and not see this. But this is why all the other shit is down the road. So to whom would seeing such as this send back its messages? Surely not you. Surely is a very strong statement in Course in Miracles. It's like, are you 2 levels below a coconut or something? Don't you see this, the obviousness of this? Yeah, surely not you. Yeah. Whose sight is wholly independent of the eyes that look upon the world. So he's talking about another sight. Let's call it the awareness. Yeah. So these are our true eyes. When there's a reliance on the eyes that see the world, we're blind to our true eyes. Yeah. Because why would we come to any conclusion if we keep relying on it? We would just make excuses and excuses and excuses that they're our eyes. Yeah. But maybe if you hear the possibility that these aren't the eyes that see a world or the non-world, that's awareness, and you are of that awareness. Yeah. Why not exercise those eyes? To whom would seeing such as this send back its messages? Surely not you, whose sight is wholly independent of the eyes that look upon the world. So if you try to practice independence of the eyes, it's already the case. They're saying right here, whose sight is wholly independent of the eyes that look upon the world. Do you believe you did anything to have that wholly independent view? No. It's the inherent condition. Yeah. What we're trying to adapt to and rest under is a manufactured condition. Yeah. It's basically saying you could forgo the glasses and rest on the eyes, not the eyes that see the world, but the eyes that are the awareness. Yeah? You will find great reliance on that, and it will prove its worth by relying on those eyes that see something than the world. Yeah. So if this is not your vision, what can it show to you? It's not your vision. This is the whole satsang point. Yeah. We're saying this is not you. And what can it show to you? It's not you. Yeah. Just like what can a failed system show you? It's failed. Very valuable. Its demonstration is incredibly valuable that you relied on something and you expected no matter in some insane way that sooner or later it was going to pay off, but it doesn't. Yeah. So you've been riding a horse that's dead. And you don't want to know that because you bought it a new saddle for Christmas and shit like that. But basically it's dead. So what can a failed system show you? It's failed. That's what satsang does. It shows you what you're relying on is not reliable. That which states to be before everything is actually manufactured after nothing. Yeah. So the brain, this is the biggest sentence, one of them for me in the book. So he goes, if this is not your vision, what can it show to you? The brain cannot interpret what your vision sees. Can't do it. It's sort of like you're trying to look at a star that's way past the point of the telescope. Telescope can't grasp it, but the telescope will give you will have a conceptual idea of it and try to explain it away, but it can't reach that star. Yeah. So the brain interprets to the body. The brain cannot interpret what your vision sees. This you would understand. If you understand that, a lot's going to change. You're going to stop working on some shit that doesn't work. Yeah, you're just going to be freed from trying to make a Toyota into a Rolls Royce. It's a Toyota. Yeah. The brain interprets to the body of which it is a part. In the clearest statements. It didn't say you are interpreting to the body of which you are a part. It says the brain. So the mechanism, seemingly, of this event, the action figure, has a pre-program that you may not be aware of. And that program is, it sees everything in a self-centered manner, which is, how does this apply to me? And that me is a body. If you realize, if you love the seat you're sitting on in the bus and you love the windows, and then you suddenly realize it's not going where you wanted to go, you'd get off probably. Yes, wouldn't you? The next stop. You would get off. Say, yeah, the seats were nice. Yeah. I like some of the scenery, but that's not where I want to go. Yeah. So, hey, yeah. You have not realized it is impossible to understand what fails entirely to reach you. See that dog, it failed entirely to reach it. My yelling. So it cannot understand. You have not realized it is impossible to understand what fails entirely to reach you. I think we do. Some of us now do, eh? Do you understand, Mike? It is impossible to understand what fails entirely to reach you. Yeah. I think David Byrne got it. Stop making sense. Yeah. Stop making sense of the insensible. But what it all right, but what it says you cannot understand, yet you have listened to it. This is insane, eh? You'll agree with this statement, but what it says you cannot understand, yet yet you have listened to it, yet the head keeps listening to it. Yeah. It says you keep listening to it. I don't believe you. I don't believe that. I do not believe you're a participant of the play. I believe you're the audience of the play. Yeah. Now you can get so involved in the play that that's seemingly forgotten, and now you're playing as if you're the actor, but nonetheless, you're the audience. Yeah. The hand, no matter how much it loves the glove and been in the glove, is not the glove. Yeah. So the brain interprets the body of which it is a part. I don't know why it's so today. But what it says you cannot understand, yet you have listened to it. This is the crazy thing. Yeah. You know the head is insane. Yeah. Yet something keeps listening to it. Yeah. And of course, that which keeps listening to it is seen as you. And then you try as that not to listen to it, which is still listening to the you that you're not. Yeah. So the you that you're not says, I can't listen to this anymore. And then so it tries to stop listening while it's listening to it. What are you doing, honey? It's all right. Nothing stops that saying. Don't worry. The police are coming in, immigration's here. We're not moving at all. I've talked in Times Square. At the dry dock. Yeah. Physical altercations happening, threats of bodily harm. Nothing stops Satsang. Satan. All right. So this is very cool here. You have not realized it is impossible to understand what fails entirely to reach you. When you when you see that, a lot of stuff stops. Yes? You don't listen to all the shit expecting us every once in a while, some of the coal is going to turn into a diamond. Yes. You realize, yeah. You very rarely, you don't have any memorable thoughts. I swear they're forgotten in like 4 minutes. So you have not realized it is impossible to understand what entirely reaches you. Yes, you have. You have realized that. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. You have received no messages at all. You understand. Yes, you have. You've received the message of non-duality. You understand that. Yes? So you're not in this situation. Yeah. You have received a message of understanding, which is non-duality, a message of understanding about that which cannot understand. Yeah. It's like the liberation is from the need to be liberated. It's not a liberation. It's a liberation from the need to be liberated. Yes. It's an understanding that there's no point to try to understand. As Zen would say, just stay in the don't know mind. Yeah. So you have not realized it is impossible to understand what fails entirely to reach you. You have received no messages at all. You understand. Wow. For you have listened to what can never communicate at all. I think the head talks to the audience. It doesn't communicate with the audience. Yeah. It talks to you. It tells you how things are, how they're going to be, how they were. It proclaims a lot of shit. It says, don't worry, I'll take it from here, and all this and all that. But there's no real communication. It doesn't ever say, hey, how do you feel? It usually tells you how you feel. So you have not realized that it is impossible to understand. Yes, we have. What fails entirely to reach you? You have received no messages that all you understand. Yes, you have. For you have listened to what can never communicate at all. But now, because you have listened to satsang, you now know about what can never communicate at all. Think then what happens. I'd rather drop the think there. I just say then what happens. Denying what you are. This is amazing. And this is right out of the Course. A lot of people love it, so we try to use it occasionally. Denying what you are. Did you feel at any moment when you woke up this morning you were denying what you are? No. If you stop everyone on 828 Wilmac Avenue, this place, are you denying what you are? No, they probably wouldn't. They've been just doing affirmations, probably. I'm good enough, I'm better enough, I'm this enough, I'm that enough. Yes, they're listening to an affirmation tape and no, I've been affirming what I am. I've been affirming what I am. But they're saying that is the denial of what you are. Yes? Wow. So denying what you are and firm in faith that you are something else. This is the equation. That non-duality doesn't change, it's before. So non-duality is before. So instead of trying to look after this is in place, because this is the perch that we have, the head loves to have you look from, we are now going to see it. And this is describing seeing it, not being at the effective of, they're describing what you're not here very clearly. Yeah. And here it is. What you're not is the denial of what you are. Simple as that. Yeah. And firm in faith that you are something else. There's something else that your head has made to be yourself. You follow this? This is the progression of time where it talks about the body is completely affected entirely by time. This is it. Denying what you are and firm in faith that you are something else, this something else that the head has made to be yourself becomes your sight. Yeah. So we call it self-centeredness. And in AA, we say any life run on self-will will hardly be a success. So self-centeredness is everything is seen as how it pertains to you, the you that you're not. That's why truly what you are can't make sense of all the communication, all the emails, all the messaging going on about how terrible you are, never going to be loved and all this. Has no idea, has no idea what's going on. And there's no need to have an idea of what's going on because you don't want to try to make sense out of what's not sense. Yeah. So here, the satsang's gotten to the animal world.
Yeah.
The animal world is on fire here. I mean, devotees are barking up and down the street. Yeah, it's incredible today. It was so, before we didn't say anything, there was nothing. Oh, it's wild. So here, denying what you are and firm in faith that you are something else. That's how you see this. You see how the body's being used by the head. The head is using the body to deny what you are, which is not a body. That's what it's doing. It's not the body's fault. It's the head is using the body to deny what it is, which is not a body. Yeah. And then firm in faith in this thing that's denying what you are, it turns into that you are this something else, and this something else now becomes your sight. So basically, you give up the reins. Yeah. You turn over the wheel, and now you start bitching about shit, really. You become really a backseat driver. Honey, stay here. So denying what you are and firm in faith that you are something else, this something else that you made to be yourself. That's how it says. I do not believe you made it to be yourself. You have nothing to do with anything, really. Yeah. Here in this world, you have a lot to do with shit. Yeah. And on the laws of this world, you can be accused and you can admit your guilt. But in a sense, you have nothing to do with it. Yeah. So that which is denying what you are is not you. That which is saying it's something else is not you. And then that's something else that now starts wearing the glasses it's made is not you. Yeah, this is the action figure being misled. What's always here at all times, at all points, what is everywhere cannot be misled. It's not led to anywhere. It doesn't leave anywhere. It doesn't arrive anywhere. What's being misled is this action figure. Yeah. It's taken itself as this thing. Yeah. And it's shut any kind of other communication about anything. It's only picking up the one radio station, K-Paul. Yeah. So this is what trying to break it, because right there, this is talking to the audience. It's not talking to what's being described. It's talking to the audience. Yeah. Us, the awareness of us. It's talking to us so that we can see we're not that. So why? So maybe all the attention and interest won't be funneled into this play, and maybe the space of the auditorium will be noticed. Yeah, the largeness of things, and the recognition of all that comes goes, and this too and that too will pass, and all this stuff. It won't be like something you try to practice as something that can't believe that, but you see it. Yeah, and you travel lighter with no skillful means, or you don't have to blow up anything every day and whatever. You're just awake to being awake. Yeah. When you hear this description, it doesn't call you to any alms. This does not make me want to buy another video or the advanced version of Course in Miracles. It doesn't. It doesn't, oh, I've got to get to I don't. It totally liberates you from that constant moving or doing. Yeah. And maybe if you stop looking, you'll realize you are what's looking. Yeah. But how are you going to realize that if you keep using it to look for itself? Yeah. So spirituality is great because the action figure is going to do that, and the spirituality is going to fail. The non-existent body isn't going to become a spiritual thing. Yeah. So by the failing of it, that's its value and its success. Yeah. Can you imagine you work out all those years and stuff, and then this starts drooping? And what are you going to do? Wear long sleeves and have like duct tape? You duct tape your muscles back. You wanted so many muscles. Now they're so heavy. They're going down. Duct tape everything. Jesus Christ. You can't become a spiritual thing. So here continues. So he just explains denying what you are, and then this something else that now gets appointed by itself to be your new vision starts telling you what's going on. Yeah. So he goes here, yet it must be the something else that sees and as not you. So this continues. This is you can talk to it till it's blue in the face that there is no free will. And as soon as you go to Baskin Robbins and there seems to be 28 choices, it's out the window. It has no ground to grab onto these messages. It's an action figure. It's programmed. Yeah. And it's programmed to see everything as how everything pertains to the body. That's what it does. You can't ask from it what it can't deliver. I suppose like Jesus when he's looking, getting killed or whatever, forgive them for they know not what they do. Yes. We have no idea what's going on. So there's something else that sees and as not you explains its sight to you ad nauseum. Yes. Didn't you notice that guy was looking at you weird? Just starts making shit up. I know they're out to get me. I know it. I gotta. It's insane. Just see what happens when you have a lovely girl that you go out with, let's say, and then one day she turns into my girlfriend, and then you believe you should be able to look at her emails, and you park at her house at 2 a.m. to see if your girlfriend is having any visitors. The fucking whole thing changes just by one sense of ownership. This little my that affects everything that comes after it. My changes the meaning of every word that's put after it. Problem, my problem. Girlfriend, my girlfriend. Money, my money. It changes it. Unbelievable. Don't you know that's the mental state is represented by the word my? It's making mountains out of molehills. It's dragging shit out that has passed a long time ago, revisiting shit that you don't even have the facts about 40 years later. So it not only sees for you, but then it spends a lot of time explaining your sight to you. You really feel it, don't you? She's out to get you. She is. I know it. Projection like fucking crazy. Your vision would, of course, render this quite unnecessary. This is the message of non-duality. Non-duality. The vision of non-duality makes this shit, renders it quite unnecessary to go to battle, to fight, to do this and do that. It has nothing to do with you. It's all of not you. Yeah. No, I have to finish this. Let me finish this thing. And as not you explains its sight to you. So as not you, it explains its sight to you. And how is it presented? It's presented as you, but it is not you, presenting itself as you to you. no you, but yeah. So your vision would, of course, render this quite unnecessary. Yet, if your eyes are closed and you have called upon this thing to lead you, asking it to explain to you the world it sees, you have no reason not to listen nor to suspect that what it tells you is not true. Well, now you do. Yeah. And that thing is talking to itself. It's not talking to you. It has a subject-object dynamic. There's the subject of Paul that can at many times hate the fucking body, which is the object of Paul. So one of them is talking to the other. You're not involved in the conversation, other than being the space of it. Yes? And when you as the space go like this, there's a huge impact. And when you as the space goes like this, there's a huge impact. It's usually very just like this, but when it's had enough and goes through it, things move. And or it goes like this, things stop. I swear. So if your eyes are closed and you have called it upon this thing to lead you, asking it to explain to you the world it sees, you have no reason not to listen nor to suspect that this you is not true. But this you is not true. Isn't that beautiful? This you is not true. That would be a nice t-shirt for Tommy. This you, and with a pointer like this, is not you. Yeah, so Mia, yes, you're gonna have to say it.
With everything. But from a language and the limitation of language, there was a bit of an aha yesterday explaining to my goddaughter about the word my, and it's a possessive adjective that possesses it now. And I love how you talk about verbing. It's just
Yes.
and it's all there. They're pointers within the way.
Of course there's pointers. You just need you need a tiny little key. For some, maybe some it's a white light experience. For in this case, what established it as a way and means to live here was the message of non-duality. The message, the understanding of what is that ain't and what ain't that is, put an end to a lot of stuff. A lot of doors that were open for no fucking apparent reason were closed. Yes. And then the windows and the curtains that were drawn or for no apparent reason were fucking opened. I could see. Yeah. And we had our friend the other day, Prashad or whatever, that guy. I forgot his name. But the thing about if you don't see this, you're looking from it. This right there is the description of the looking from it. Yeah. And it's saying if you don't see it, yes, which is from the awareness, you're going to be looking from it. Yeah. So are you looking from it? No. But you're going to live as if you are looking from it. And in this dream, in this world of seemingly so is the closest thing to a fact there is. If it appears to be true to you, subjectively, it's true to you. If it appears not to be true, subjectively, it's not true to you. Yes? But this is the dreaming. And so this something else that's presenting itself as us is having a conversation with itself, the non-duality, the subject object, and it switches. It's object, subject, subject, object, object, subject. And by the simple recognition of the word my in English, how much meaning gets distributed through that word, that one word, my, and you can see the effects. It's an imperfect example. That's why we used to have the thing with relationships, health, and money. And then we're going to change the word completely, but we're not changing any letter. We're not making it a capital or italicizing it, nothing. We're just putting my in front of it. The my is what you and I, as this, which is giving everything all the meaning it does, there it is. There's your description of the meaning coming from the action figure, from a programmed, manufactured point of view, goes through the my, and then you see everything after the my from that vision of self-centeredness. So my problem, my this, and my that. And then the reaction to that thing that comes after the my, when the my is inserted, can be insane. You can be up on stalking charges in a couple of weeks after the lovely girl becomes your girlfriend. Yes. I mean, these are just ways of recognizing the power that's going on. That's you don't want to be completely after the power. You would like to be before the power. So you can really see the glory and the awe, AWE, of things. Instead of getting whacked, relying on something that has no idea what's going on, it will tell you its idea what's going on. You follow it, it fucking doesn't work. Yes, yet you will keep on keeping on. Yeah, you will keep on feeding the dead horse. It costs a whole lot to take care of this horse. It's dead. You know, it doesn't cost anything now. So yeah. I'm happy to go back to this because I felt I wanted to read it, because to me, this is one of the clearest descriptions of what you're not. Yeah, that I found. Though I haven't poured over tons of literature. I didn't even finish the Course of Miracles, mostly. But what I saw was enough to whack me. And this it's still potent to me after all these years. It's a beautiful description because it's exactly how when it's reverse engineered, see, when all the parts are there and you're trying to pull them away, it doesn't work. But when you see the patterning of the parts, it's when it's reverse engineered, there's a lot of information downloads. Yeah. Yeah. So anyone? Yeah. Yeah. Possessive adjective. Yes. We have it very strongly in recovery. It's one of the biggest things you run into. What? Yes, English, very different. And in recovery, there's a clear recognition of the exact nature of the wrong. And then they present it as this idea of self is what has defeated us. And then it talks about how this thing defeats us, this ideas, is through its manifestations. Yes, so you're with it. And by having these manifestations come through us, we're defeated by them. And what's the big problem is when the manifestations come through us, we think they're ours. So this thing called self's manifestations coming through us are always greeted with my resentment, my fear, my harming people in the pursuit of what I want. Yeah, all of it. And very rarely are people seeing it, even though it's out there in one paragraph, very clearly in English. Being convinced that self manifested in various ways. What ways? Let's look at some common ones. Fear, resentment, and harming other people in the pursuit of what you want. Because from the head's point of view, the ends justify the means. Because you need to get what you think you need, which is something maybe you want. And therefore you step on a lot of people to get there. That's driven by this idea of self. Yes? So self is manifesting through us. Yeah. And then when you talk to people, all right, let's look at the common manifestations. What do they say? My resentment, my fear, my harming other people. There's that possessive ownership with the my, And then that which they've owned owns them. They get completely owned by the act of owning. It's insane. Yeah. So what can you do? People will have a Kundalini event and they'll come out of it and they'll think they were a person who had the Kundalini event. It's not going to happen, probably. You have to hear about it. You've got to understand that the mechanical activity of the head is quicker than your seeming consciousness as a human, as an action figure. You're unconscious to what sets everything up. Yeah. We have to rely on awareness to see that. Yes. We have, and it's awesome because you are awareness. And therefore, to rely on it is being it. Yeah. The reliance on it is the act of being what you are, which is awake, aware. And now you're awake and aware to what's going on. Does it stop? You may be, it may not, but your relation or the dance will change incredibly. Yeah. Yeah. So I love this description because it captures exactly the conception of the head, the presupposing of the non-existent thing being an existent thing. He talked about that, and Ramana talks about that. And he says, if that's the case, which he was saying is the case, then your spiritual practices themselves are reinforcing the mistake. How are they going to destroy it? So where's the value then? Is the failure of the spiritual practices. Yeah. The failure of them is the success, because you're using what's looking to look for it. When there's a being of what's looking, that's different. And the being of what's looking has a self-built maintenance to it because you're being it. Yes? You don't have to breathe like 4 seconds in, 1 second out. That's good for the health. But you're not having to go through all this rigmarole to get close to where you already are. It becomes the new basis. Yeah, I'm fucking awake. Hallelujah. Yeah. But I'm awake to being awake. Fantastic. Yeah. What's the other option? You can be asleep to being awake. Does it change the fact that you're awake? No. But what is it going to change? The experience, your subjective experience. You're going to have an over-subjectified experience that's going to have a lot of heaviness in it. Yes? And you're going to have to wrestle with the past and the future because the head is going to be occupied in it. Because that's where it lives, is in the past future. You're going to be wrestling with ghosts and nostalgia all the fucking time. Yeah. You'll even buy a book, How to Be in the Moment, because it seems like you can't be in a moment. But what can't be in a moment ain't you. So let it hang out there. Let it believe it's out of the moment. Let it believe it's out of the moment. Let it believe all of its insanity. It has nothing to do with you. It's gonna peter out. Yeah. It's like the kid who cried wolf. Yeah. It just peters out. Yeah. And then you'll know there'll be an enjoying of peace of mind. And you'll feel a new power flow in. And you'll recognize the presence of space itself. And the interest and attention will be called home, really. The dog's interested in something there, but if you call it, she comes back. Yeah. And all these things that have gone, these rabbit holes can get called back. And now the I am isn't disguised as Paul, and the I am is the Alpha and the Omega. Yeah. When you go to sleep, the last thing you remember or felt is that I am, and then you wake up and there's the I am. And a whole night the I am. Yeah. And it's never not been the I am. And then when it ain't gonna be the I am, you won't be there to notice it, because you'll be gone with the whole fucking thing. You're not gonna know you passed away. Other people will. you as an object is going to be kaput completely. The ones who are going to experience your death are the people who are seemingly still alive. Yeah. So I think it's great news. I do. And you've heard it. We've done the job. As a mailman, I've completed the mission. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the news. What's new in non-duality? Nothing. Did someone make it something else? No. No person can make it something else. No person. Yeah. It's just a big nothing that if you stay with is everything. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm stoked about it. When I was doing this in the beginning, I just felt energized. One of the benefits was cool, whatever I was feeling or the head was mulling over stopped completely during the satsang. So I got a lot of physical suffering would be removed. And then it was interesting to see how could it feel, I've been feeling that for 3 weeks and then in a split second, it's gone. How can it be fucking real? So a lot of shit got under suspicion by the effects of satsang. Yeah, because wait a minute, this was laying very heavy on me, and didn't have any sense of it the whole time the satsang was going on, and then I have a reprieve, and then it comes back like 4 minutes or something. Things show back up. Yeah, all driven by the interest and attention. All. Yeah, yeah. But I feel if you give a little of the interest and attention to satsang, you're going to get a whole lot of interest and attention back. Because that is the deal. You go and just sit and you listen and you hear and then something, and then what happens? You get a whole lot back. Yeah. All right. I don't know who's running the show. Let's appoint Mike Clark today. Mike, anybody have any questions? Who's running it today anyway? The rudderless ship? No one's at the helm.
I do, Paul.
Oh, Vlad. All right, Vlad.
Yeah.
See if anyone has any questions. We're gonna sing happy birthday to Mia and Vlad. Anyone else had a birthday yesterday or today?
It's here on next week.
I'll forget Hiram. We'll deal with Hiram next week. All right. Well, if no questions or anything, I'm gonna start saying, let's sing Mia happy birthday first. And Vlad. All right. Happy birthday to you, them. Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to both of you. Happy birthday to them.
To them.
Hip hip hooray. Hip hip
Happy
hooray.
birthday.
Happy day.
All right, so let me send the dog keeps on singing. Mike Clark, nice to see you, bro. John, Florida. Jamie, nice to see you, my friend there. Shiva, thank you for your donation and everyone else donating time and everything. This is like a collective pot satsang. Yes? Yeah. It's an incredible deal. Nick, thank you. Thank you for your donation. Chris H is a huge donation. Nice to see you, Chris. Rick Rowe in Toronto. Zoe Banks, she's running around America again. Roman Mueller. Anu. How are you, honey?
Good.
Good.
All right.
It's Roman's birthday also? Roman, when was your birthday?
17.
The
17th of
17th.
March.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to Roman. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to Roman.
Roman.
Happy birthday,
Birthday, dear Roman.
Roman. Happy
Happy birthday
birthday to
to you.
you.
Many thanks.
Put that in your little fanny pack, Roman. Put that in the fanny pack. Bring it out the next time we see you. All right, so we have Heather. Now the dogs are really going off. Heather, our magician in residence. Nice to see you. Mike M. Nice. Yeah. Hari, keep riding that bike. Yeah. I knew again, pleasure. I can't go to the other page. Hey, thank you so much. It's a
Thanks,
lovely
Paul.
day here and really appreciate it. Remember, it's a good satsang is a very good investment. It's a very good investment. Yeah, very good. All right, thank you. How you doing? Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Paul.
thanks, Paul.
Everybody have a great weekend.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, everyone.
Birthday,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Good
Bye-bye.
reminder.